You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Tuesday the 10th of March, 2026. It is 79 days after the winter solstice. It is 10 days before the spring equinox. Today is the 11th day of the American and Israeli war against Iran and Lebanon. The sun rises today at 7:15 a.m. The solar noon takes place today at 1:06 p.m. The sun sets today at 6:57 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 7:24 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 7:55 p.m. The length of daytime today is 2 minutes 42 seconds longer than yesterday. The moon is in its waning gibbous phase and is 57% full at midday. The moon rises today at 12:44 a.m. and it sets at 10:32 a.m. The moon reaches its apogee today at 9:43 a.m. The third quarter will arrive tomorrow. These are the predicted tides today for Horn's Hook. In the wee hours, high tide, 3:29 a.m., 1 meter 28. In the morning, low tide, 9:52 a.m., 9 centimeters. In the afternoon, high tide, 4 p.m., 1 meter 7. At night, low tide, 10:06 p.m., 18 centimeters. In our shared realm of plants and animals, nature always has the last laugh. Just 2 days ago we reported that the crocuses had not yet bloomed, and yesterday, of course, up they were. Yellow and white and purple blooms emerging from the soil, wide open and bright against the brown leaf mold. It was surprising. There were no hints of buds ready to open, just the fine, thin leaves poking an inch or two over the soil. But give the crocus a day of warmth, and boom, out they come. The appearance of the blooms was so sudden, one wonders if one had sat in the garden, if one could have watched them stretch up and open in real time. Commemorations. Despotism in history. On this day in 1629, the English King Charles I dissolved Parliament. He would rule without the elected representatives of the people for 11 years, until he ran out of money and needed to summon a new Parliament. That assembly would eventually rise in civil war against the king. On this day in 1661, the French king, Louis XIV, began his personal rule of France after the death of his chief minister, Cardinal Mazarin. Royal absolutism would last in France until the Revolution in 1789. On this day in 2020, the Russian Duma granted Vladimir Putin the right to hold office of president for life, a pliant parliament that abolished democracy. On this day in 2023, Xi Jinping was appointed to his third term as president of China. Since the time of Mao Zedong, presidents had been limited to 2 terms, ensuring a regular passing of the baton of power and keeping the Chinese state out of the hands of a single individual. Xi Jinping has brought that era to an end. 4 warnings from history. Today is the anniversary of the massive earthquake and tsunami that struck Japan in 2011. The undersea megathrust earthquake took place to the east of Sendai and measured 9.1 on the Richter scale. It was so powerful that it thrust the entire island of Honshu, the largest island of Japan, a full 7 feet eastwards. It shifted the Earth's axis by between 10 and 25 centimeters, and even slightly increased the planet's rotational speed. The upthrust of the sea floor of almost 8 meters created a massive tsunami, which devastated the Pacific coast of Japan. Miyako City was inundated by a wave 38.9 meters tall. As far away as Chile, waves of 2 meters were reported. The tsunami also struck the Fukushima nuclear plant. 3 of its reactors melted down, and radioactive water was discharged into the ocean. Remember the Sendai earthquake and tsunami, and the many who perished this day 15 years ago. Today we wish a happy birthday to Bad Bunny, born this day in 1994 in Bayamon, Puerto Rico. He has been instrumental in popularizing Spanish-language rap music across the world. We particularly appreciated his performance at the Super Bowl, with its tribute to Puerto Rican culture and history, and its call for solidarity of peoples all across the Americas. Feliz cumpleaños, Bad Bunny. And that is the Observatory, Tuesday the 10th of March, 2026.